Hi everyone, I'm Clyma. Welcome back to the channel. If you like what I do here, please like and subscribe. It does mean the world and it kind of gives me the motivation to keep making these videos, which I love doing, but seeing people watching them and everything just feels really awesome. So thank you everyone that watches this and that engages with the content. So this is an emergency broadcast to discuss Google's new AI music software called MusicLM. Now, we've had some crazy advancements in AI and music over the last couple of weeks, from the Ghost Writer sessions featuring Drake, Rihanna, beats by Metro Boomin, all created by AI. And alongside that, I've been made aware of tools such as Runway, which I can go through in another video if you want, that offer incredible AI provided services such as text to video creation and more mechanistic things like audio strip silence and all that kind of stuff. So obviously this is a crazy, exciting, frightening time for many people, certainly professionals or wannabe professionals in creative sectors. But equally, it's kind of mind-blowing in what it can do. So today I just received notification that I have been offered an opportunity. I like the way they put it. Offered an opportunity to get behind the scenes on the Google LM program. And what I'm going to try and do today is, rather than put it through its paces on creating actual tracks and things like that, what I'm going to do with this is see how well it copes with creating source material like samples and things like that. Many producers use Splice. We used to go crate digging. We used to sample things off records. But as copyright laws advanced, sampling became trickier. And I think ethically we started to think about cultural appropriation and the rightness and wrongness of these kinds of things. But that doesn't necessarily diminish our tastes for different sounds, different flavours. You know, to me, it's like eating different cuisines. We've got big appetites in the modern world. So I thought it'd be interesting, as a thought experiment, what is actually the difference between using Splice as source material or using AI created source material. Is there a difference? If you think there's a difference, let me know. I'm not sure. I think we're all thinking these things out. So yeah, I thought it'd be a great idea to put it through its paces, see how well it does, creating samples for source material to then chop up on the MPC. I love my MPC, I love Ableton. So yeah, let's get straight into it and see how it goes. Okay, we're off. We're off to see the wizards. So let's deep dive into Google's new AI. I have never used this before, so excuse me if there's some faffing about. I've never done it. So let's do it together in real time. Just locating the email. AI Test Kitchen. It's my turn. So here we go. Loading it up. MusicLM. Try now. Get started. Sign in. Right. Rules. I never read rules. I was going to skip this, but now I'm making a video. I'm not going to. So, make a good prompt. Be very descriptive. Electronic or classical instruments sound best. Okay. Mention the vibe, mood, emotion. Certain queries that mention specific artists or include vocals will not be generated. Ooh, interesting. So, there's already a war going on for all that kind of stuff. So, you can't mention any specific artists. I don't know about you, but I've noticed a bit more of that on Splice as well recently. If you say samples by a certain kind of artist, it won't give it to you. Improve the model by giving out trophies. Oh, which track is better? Give it a trophy. This feedback will improve MusicLM for everyone. Remember to save your creations. Audio tracks are not automatically saved. If you want to save your tracks, click the More icon to download it. Okay. What do we want to create? Well, we don't want to create chill out elevator music, and we sure as hell don't want to create acid jazz from the 1990s. So yeah, we don't want to be doing that. Meditative calming with flutes and guitars. No. So what do we want to create? So I really love cassette stuff. So cassette, lo-fi. Let's just go for some hang drum. Because, yeah, who doesn't like a hang drum? I certainly like a hang drum. Well, it doesn't look like there's a lot there. But let's... Well, there's music. There's music from somewhere, but I'm not hearing it. System settings... Sound, play through speakers, no. Universal audio, yes. Right. Hit me, Google. What the hell is that? I mean, it was quite nice. It wasn't what I asked for, but I mean, I guess it was what I asked for. But it created a genre. I wanted some hang drums through some cassettes. It's created me a genre called cassette lo-fi hang drum. Okay, thanks, Google. Not what I wanted. Let's try taking out cassette and put solo hang drum. Yeah, that wasn't good, was it? I mean, it wasn't bad. It likes its drama, doesn't it? Okay, let's change course. Let's try and get some minimalism, positive, marimbas, clarinets. Does it know what minimalism is? Or is it going to think it's... Oh my god, that is bad. Oh, we do like to be by the seaside, don't we? Okay, let's take out positive. Positive equals horrible music. What is that? What is that? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Let's try some 1970s modular synth. It's not going very well, is it, so far? I was genuinely pumped this morning to wake up. That's better. It's kind of very fuzzy though, isn't it? Like all the sounds are sort of covered in a layer of fur. Sort of like the stuff that comes out of the tumble dryer filter. It's like, yeah, could you put some fluff filter on that, please? That's cool. Not exactly what I wanted. Let's put melodic. Hey, I wonder if we could specify modes. In this demo, how satisfied are you with the model's ability to create music? Well, at the moment, sorry, Google, I'm very dissatisfied. It's not. Please explain your rating or anything else you would like to share. The bass end sounds very woolly. Mammoth rather than clear. Key texts, I don't know what they call them in the world of AI. Prompts, yes, prompts. Key prompts such as genre names do not appear to be well understood. God, I feel like I'm giving feedback to a student. Right. Thank you for your feedback. Okay, let's try 1970s modular synth. In what mode do we have? Lydian mode. I wonder if it understands that. I mean, it's quite good. I mean, I've got no idea if that's in Lydian, and I'm not going to spend the next 10 minutes figuring it out. What is super interesting is, you know, that notice at the start where it said that specific artist names won't be recognized. Well, through those artist names, like in my entire life in music, that's how we've communicated, right? It's been, oh, can you do something a bit like Mark Ribot on the guitar? Can you create a modular line like Suzanne Ciani? We use those terms as a communication device with other, oh, can you make it a bit more John Bonham? And so once you remove that, you're really stifling the communication models of how musicians actually work. Yeah, just a thought. Okay, no, let's try. Let's make some krautrock. Krautrock. Let's just put in krautrock. quite good. Well, that was quite good. Let's generate some more krautrock. Their structures are insane, aren't they? That one's bad. That was the first semblance of an actual bit of music, in my opinion. Let's have that again. Here we go, here we go. Very generic though, isn't it? Bow, 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 bow. 1990s boom bap hip hop on MPC 3000. Let's try and get some Dilla stuff. I don't think it's going to be challenging the sample chopping of Premier or J Dilla with that sample anyway. That sample is insane. That sample is insane. Yeah, there's some groove there. But that everything sounds like it's going through like one of those spectral filters, you know, spectral analyze filters. That I remember getting a program called Bias Peak when I first got a Mac in 2001, I think. And it had these crazy plugins on it that made things sound like this. And obviously at the time, we'd never heard that kind of digitization. Everything had been analog. So we were very used to that cassette things, analog distortion. So this sounded crazy. It was like alien music. So it sounded really cool, but I'm not sure it sounds cool anymore. I don't know. You tell me. Okay. So far, no samples. Let's try some 1960s. Like again, you know, so you want something a bit like Live Evil by Miles Davis. I'm going to turn my mic up just because the music is much louder than me. That's better, isn't it? Yeah, how do you say something like Live Evil by Miles Davis when maybe it's lying? Maybe it just puts that up. Miles Davis. Bitches brew. Birches. Bitch. God. Sorry, everyone. Yeah, maybe it does respond. Just says it doesn't, like a disclaimer. Oops, no, it doesn't. Can't put Miles Davis. Wonder if we can use Bitches Brew. What? That's what I mean. And it was 70s, wasn't it? Probably. 1970s free jazz. Okay. I mean, I know this is like, this is day one. Well, it's technically day 3. It's only 3 days old. So it's not doing bad. I'm being a bit unfair to it. But I don't know, man. It's just not... It's not resonating. Somehow, for some reason. It's just everything feels cold. Okay, let's do some... Let's see if it can generate some nice classical music. If I put melodic, it's going to make it really cheesy, isn't it? So again, how do you prompt something without using, artist names? Like, oh, you want something a bit Eric Satie, maybe you want something a bit Beethoven, like Arvo Part. How do you create those prompts without using the artist names, which is how we've always done it? You have to sort of, it's like you got to go into sort of those crazy ad speak language. So it's like celestial, minimalist, piano. And strings. God, it's weird to use that kind of language. That's weird for me anyway. Well, that was nice. I mean, obviously the technology behind this thing is goddamn insane, right? And there's just no way that someone like me would ever be capable of even getting anywhere near this level of technological sophistication. So in that respect, I do recognise the ridiculousness of me laughing at it, because really it's laughing at me, isn't it? It's laughing at me and all those people that have dedicated their lives to actually learning music, and that we have this craft, that we can play things, that we have aesthetic sensibilities, that we understand construction and structure, and we've built up all this genre knowledge from thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of listening and digging and talking and obsessing about music. So I do really understand the joke is on me rather than me laughing at it. But even so, I thought about this AI business a lot. And originally I got quite upset is the word, destabilized is the right word. I got incredibly destabilized by it. And that was about 2 weeks ago. And after much thinking about it and deliberation, I kind of thought deeply for 2 weeks. And I came to this conclusion. Music is about community, music, and I don't like this word musicking, but it's a sort of good way of, You could say music making or producing music, but they kind of have different connotations. Musicking is sort of a way to describe everything musical, from sharing, listening to music to playing with other people. So musicking is communal. It's something that we love to do. It's something that we love to share. Now, AI is a tool, and it's a freaking good one. It's not quite there yet, but it will very much be probably tomorrow afternoon, after it's responded to my fuzzy feedback. But what AI will never, ever do is to give you, a biological human, the actual feeling of musicking with other people or sharing it, or even if that's listening to music, you're still in some way you're sharing that experience with the music makers. Or maybe you're sharing the experience of music making with machines, like making generative modular music or whatever. It will never give you that feeling, because we're biological. That's a biological feeling of belonging and community. So, you know what? If AI lowers the barrier again for people to make music, and there is a whole other aspect to this. My sister was profoundly disabled, and being able to create music from text prompts and voice commands and have this AI assistive technology is a radical development in widening participation for music making. So that's all really positive, right? So do we have anything to fear with these AI things? It's certainly going to completely reshape pretty much all creative knowledge economies. But also it's going to radically shape the sector I've worked in, for example. No one's going to want me to, or pay me to clean up podcast audio or strip silence or do any of that stuff. Will it be able to edit with that kind of biological human understanding of long form things? I don't know. That's an interesting question. It will certainly be good at speeding things up in sort of doing short form edits and stuff like that. Yeah, but it's going to speed things up. But will it be able to truly recognize that way that humans understand and process things in a sort of long form sense? It certainly hasn't showed that yet. Let's listen to track 2, Celestial Minimalist Piano and Strings. It was showing off a bit there, wasn't it, on the piano? Isn't that amazing? I mean, these are better, aren't they? They're kind of, is that usable? Okay, let's download that one. I wonder what I can do with that. I quite like that kind of chordal shift in the middle. And there's a bit of a melody in there as well, isn't there? I quite like that. That's quite interesting, that one. Let's take out the strings. Piano and clarinet. Oh, let's maybe take the piano out. Celestial minimalist clarinet. That's just plain insane. That clarinet is doing my ears in. Bass clarinet. Those clanks were insane, weren't they? I quite like that, just because I've never heard clanks quite like those clanks. Celestial. I like celestial music. Sorry if this is doing your nut in. You're probably shouting at the screen going, write in something else. Celestial gamelan. I mean, everything sounds like it's being streamed through the lowest bit rate ever. It's like MP3. It's like the return of the lo-fi MP3 times a billion, isn't it? Let's see again. I want to write something like Laraji, zither, minimalism, zithermalism. Let's try some zithermalism. I can't work out if it's that sort of the sort of aesthetic fars on everything that's doing me in, or just that I know that it's not being created by a human, so it's not emotionally affecting me, or what? I don't know what. Not getting this crate digging session is not going that good, is it? Vinyl crackle haunts a logical. Let's go for some Mark Fisher stuff. Post rave. Don't know whether haunt or logical is an A or an O. Yeah, I wonder if it can create new genres. Hauntological. Thanks, Safari. I mean, God knows what's going on in this spinning wheel. Well, I mean... It's not a million miles away, is it, from Vinyl Crackle Hauntological Post-Rave? Create a brand new genre. Wouldn't say that's a brand new genre. Sounds a bit like the 80s to me. Let's try some 1970s Afrobeat. Maybe I'm just super unimaginative. Sounds like they've got Richie Sambora's Talkbox guitar on there. I mean, that's so weird, isn't it? There's like a human being in there singing into a talk box, like a ghost. It's like the ghost of the machine. Oh. How weird. (1990s) female vocal rave a cappella. See if it's give us a That is the worst rave track I've ever heard. It's even worse than my 1990s rave tracks when I was 15. Let's dig in the crate for a funk break. 1960s drum break. Okay, let's look through some more vinyls in the crate. Okay. Well, I mean, let's download it. I don't know. I mean, it's clever. It's super clever. One last roll of the dice on this. Music from 2048. Ah, I can't do that. Two nylon string guitar players. Guitars playing in minimalism style. I can see why it wants you to use the nylon string guitars, because it's been practicing that, hasn't it? It's been practicing its runs. I mean, yeah, the joke is that I've been playing the guitar for, I don't know, 15, 25, 35, nearly 30 years, and I can't do that. But I don't want to. And I never have. Solo sitar. I'm getting quite tired of the sound of it. It's just so fuzzy. I don't think I found anything useful, anything really particularly inspirational. You know that when you hear something and you're like, that, I want to make this music now, you know, listen to a piece of music. So yesterday I was listening to NTS, and I heard some tracks that were just so inspiring to me that I just wanted to run into the studio and make music straight away. And, you know, I haven't had that moment, you know. So yesterday I heard a track by Battle Trance called Palace of Wind, which obviously prompted some comical text exchanges with my pal David Shepherd. I said that I thought that the coronation ceremony might have been a Palace of Wind with all that time spent in there. And yeah, David was making some hummus. But the music was just what, to me, Rick Rubin describes in his awesome book, The Creative Act, as beginner's mind. So it was just such a joyful exploration of playing music in a crazy way. It was just really inspiring. And then there was some music that I'd never heard before by Shakumar Sharma called Dun, that was, tabla and an Indian instrument that I can't remember the name of, and it was in 7/8, and it was crazy, and it was long, and it was brilliant. And I just was so inspired by this music that I wanted to run straight into the studio and make my own. I haven't had that with this package, this sort of making me, it's kind of killing my soul a little bit. And that's not the intention I came here for. I came because I thought, this will be wicked. I'll generate some cool samples and then I'll want to chop them up and play with them and do extra stuff. And instead, I kind of want to turn the computer off and go inside. So when I feel like that, it's good to not carry on, I think. So I'm going to stop my MusicLM deep dive right there. They're probably going to lock me out now. Yes, they're probably going to lock me out. Yes. Bye. Okay, that was Google's LM. Well, it's not really a deep dive, is it? Because it's AI. That was me exploring Google LM and whether you can use this to create inspiring splice type samples to chop up in your music. God, that ding is annoying, isn't it? Sorry about that. I need to put my computer onto focus mode. So, what are my thoughts? Let me put my computer onto bloody focus mode. Okay, what are my final thoughts? My thoughts, well, they're not going to be final, are they? They're final for this moment. But my thoughts are this. So, first off, it's damn clever, right? No denying it. I couldn't do something like that. I wouldn't have the faintest clue where to start. I'm struggling wrapping my head around, simple things like working my ER301 modular sound computer, which is essentially like putting pieces of Lego together inside. I have just, other than programming a ZX Spectrum when I was 6 and getting it to do 10 bleep 21, 20 bleep 30, 30 bleep 19, 40 run, I've not really coded anything. I haven't got a codey brain. I haven't gone down that route at all. So the question for me with all this stuff, and being a musician and have been a professional musician for periods of my life, I've always been involved in music. The question is this: what is the knowledge that we musicians have? How is that knowledge quantified? What does that knowledge look like? What is it that we actually know when we are working with our hands and our minds and all of that stuff we've built up listening to records, talking about music, playing with other people? What is all that stuff? What's its value? Where does it sit? And now in relation to AI, what does it all mean? So my final thoughts on that were, everything left me cold. I'm a technological person. I love electronic music. But it left me without feeling. And that's kind of weird. It was sort of empty. Now, is that my mind reacting to knowing that there's no people involved, that it is sort of computer generated and I can't? Is it that like a lot of the joy of music is imagining being, when I'm listening to jazz, I can imagine that I'm in the room and I can feel the heat, the sweat, the smell, the grit. I can feel that it's late, it's 1 or 2 in the morning, they're in New York, they're in a basement or a studio. Is that part of the pleasure? And with the AI, you don't have that sense of story, that sense of transportation. Is it that? Is it that just everything aesthetically sounds like the lowest bitrate MP3 you've ever heard, with so much sonic fluff? Sonic, it's not even dust, because I like the sound of dust. I mean, are we going to be, in 20 years' time, reaching back to those early AI sounds? Yeah, give me something with that kind of 2023 AI grunge. But I'm under no illusion that the kind of joke is, like I said in the walkthrough, the joke is on me rather than it. It can play things on the guitar that, what can it play? It creates the sound of guitar playing in a way that I can't do, having played the guitar for nearly 30 years. It can play that. I mean, my piano skills are rudimentary, and I've got a grade 5 in piano. I've played a lot of piano, but I still struggle to kind of play along with it. It makes a mockery of some of what I've spent my life doing. But equally, it doesn't make a mockery of me as a human, the emotions I get, the reasons I make music, the reasons I share music, the reason we all collaborate in this global music making and sharing thing that is just incredible. Music is incredible. Music making is incredible. The feeling of musicking together is just immense. It's spine tingling. To me, it's one of the greatest human experiences available. Sometimes when I've played shows, I've been very fortunate to play Coachella, I've played Glastonbury, played San Siro Stadium, and playing those gigs is among the greatest moments of my life. And the reason it's so great is that communal sharing of a celebration of the now, the moment of being alive now. AI can't touch that. It won't be able to touch that. So my final thoughts is anything creating some kind of prediction of the future would just make me look like a complete idiot. I don't care too much about that. So I think this is going to be an incredibly useful tool. I think it's going to open a lot of doors for people. I think it's going to widen participation in music making. Can't beat some Donald Trump hands there. Widen some, I can't do a Donald Trump impression. Widen the doors for people to make music, and I think that's a great thing. I do think it's going to obviously aesthetically get a lot better. It's going to increase its fidelity, it's going to increase its nuance, and of course it's AI, so it's going to learn from the negative experience it's had with me, and it's going to work harder and continue to evolve. So incredibly exciting moment, incredibly exciting progression in music. It's going to lead to some radical breakthroughs, but it has limitations. Thank you for watching. If you like this kind of content and you like what I do, please like and subscribe and hit that bell thing, all of which sounds ridiculous saying it, but it does make a difference and kind of gives me motivation to kind of put more of this stuff out. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you have a good day, everyone, and keep making music. See you later. Bye.